This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 35, and it reads, Hear now these things, and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son, with 2 or 3 hours of her birth great pains compass a womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Akah Kodash. The honors to my elder apostles, elder bishops, elders at Great Millstone that rule well, that teach well, that taught me this truth. Peace, love, and salutation to the Bayaf Dawadah, which is the house of David, which is the elect. Shalom. And shalom to Sensei Akiam and Sensei Akwaf. I follow the line wherever it goes. Shalom. This is your brother Yanaga here from the Providence, Rhode Island camp, coming back to you again with another one. Okay, and we're going to talk about the birth pains of Babylon the Great, aka America. Okay, I got a video queued up. It's going into the Spirit Airlines shutdown. I got an article queued up. All right, but we're just gonna go into it and flow, through the Spirit and power. Yahweh Shemel Shai, bring on some few precepts. I'm not gonna make this too long. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, right? So again, okay, the plague that is coming upon the earth is not gonna slack a moment, man. Okay, these things are gonna be hitting rapidly, man. Rapidly, okay? We're not gonna have any rest here, man. Okay, as the scriptures say, Micah 2:10, arise ye and depart, for this is not our rest, man. Okay, this place is going out, right? We're seeing the glitches, we're seeing the inconsistency of this place, right? The way how jobs are being taken away, right? The way how people wages are not going up, hyperinflation is kicking in, right? The United States US dollar is not backed by gold nor silver, right? And like the many different conflicts and proxy wars all throughout the four corners of the earth, civil unrest. Okay, as the scriptures say, Job 9:24, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. But we have to understand, us servants of the Lord, right? We have to understand that, this place is on its way out. Okay, so these things must happen. These things need to happen. Okay, so again, before we play that video, okay, copyright disclaimer on the section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Fair use.
Airlines sudden closure. We're joined now by senior transportation correspondent Chris Van Cleve. He's in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where Spirit was based. The signage still up, but the airline is no more. Chris, good morning.
Well, good morning. You have tens of thousands of stranded Spirit flyers that are still trying to make their way home on other airlines. And while we've been standing here today, one Spirit flyer walked into the terminal with her bags, thinking she'd be able to get on her flight this morning, not knowing the airline had shut down. She's now scrambling to find another way home. And throughout this airport, you see signs like this telling people that Spirit has ceased operations. But, Errol, this is Spirit's mothership. This would be a super busy area on any other Monday morning. Look at it now. It's so quiet you can hear the music playing. It's utterly deserted. At airports across the country,
it's like a ghost town.
The impact of Spirit Airlines' collapse is hard to miss.
I actually woke up at like 2:38 this morning, and I'm like, I'm going to check. Oh, it's canceled.
Empty ticket counters, closed kiosks, parked planes.
Like, I was like, is this a joke? But it's real.
And tens of thousands of travelers scrambling for a new way home.
Having to find a flight that's able to accommodate us. For people that don't have the money, that can be a bit frustrating.
Spirit struggled for years, but the surge in fuel prices since the start of the war in Iran left the airline burning through cash. At President Trump's suggestion, the federal government offered a $500 million aid package, but Spirit bondholders balked at the terms. Talks stalled, and the airline ran out of money. A Spirit creditor thanked the administration for its efforts, but told me you can't breathe life into a corpse.
Losing a low-fare airline is never good.
Airline analyst Henry Hartevelt.
Without Spirit, there's just that much less price competition, and even the budget airlines are probably going to try to raise fares where they can.
Spirit's final 2 flights landed in Dallas early Saturday morning.
I feel sad, worried, because it's like my bills is gonna come, how are we gonna pay it?
Flight attendant Miguel Quiones was working a trip Friday. He learned after landing in Philadelphia he and about 7,500 other Spirit employees were out of a job.
You've lost the job you loved.
Yeah, the day that happened, I was like destroyed. I think.
Okay, so there you have it, man. Okay, now I got another video queued up. Let me grab it real quick. Okay. See if I could grab it real quick.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you...
Commercial.
Looks like if you have a flight with Spirit within the next 24 hours, you will not be taking that flight to Spirit. You won't be taking it tomorrow or any other day after that because Spirit Airlines is going to be closing for good. They're done. Trump was unable to give them a bailout, so therefore they had to cease operations. And honestly, we're going to see more of this happening. The government doesn't have any money to bail anyone out. Like, in one of my mutuals literally just announced that this is the first time ever that we're losing more money than what we're able to generate. And you have to think too, people don't even have any money to spend. So if people don't have any money to spend, and then the government doesn't have money to give to companies, like, yeah, it's gonna get bad out here, man. Traveling is going to definitely be shifting. Things are going to be really, really, really changing for sure. And it's going to get expensive. It's going to get super, super expensive with traveling. So, yep.
Yeah, this is the reality that is going on right now.
So there you have it, man. Okay, it's going to get really hectic out here, man. Now, I got an article queued up real quick, but before we bring on that article, right, let's get some scriptures real quick, man. Okay, because again, we talked about the birth pains, right? The plagues, right? Not being slack. Okay, that things is just gonna get more and more worse, man. All right. So let's grab that real quick. Let's get that Ezekiel 7, right, and 25. Destruction cometh, and they shall seek peace, and there shall be none. Right? Okay. There shall not be none. Okay. Because again, man, the things that's coming upon the face of the planet Earth, man, okay, everything is going to come to a screeching halt, man, okay? Everything is going to come to a screeching halt to the point where, you know, things are going to start moving. Not only are these planes, but these trucks that deliver food to these restaurants, these grocery stores, right? We're seeing the gas prices are you know, at an all-time high, right? A lot of this place is tanking, man. This place is CTD, man. Circling the drain, man. All right. So we know again, right? The servants of the Lord, the men of the Lord, right? We know that we have to depart from this place here spiritually, man. Okay. This is Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, right? This is not a place for us to establish ourselves, man. Okay. You got people that have houses here, you know, condos, right, establish themselves in a, you know, try to get nice and comfortable here. But now, man, okay, the men of the Lord, they have a different mindset, man. Okay, they have a mindset of departure, right, so to speak. You know, I mention that word every now and then from time to time, right? Departure, man. Okay, a departure, spiritual mindset in a way of where you know, we're here to do the purpose of the Lord, but our spirit is not here, man. Okay, our spirit is not here. Our spirit is looking forward for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay, Let's get that scripture. I think it's in Hebrews, right? Salakia. Hebrews 13 and 14. Brakta Bashmel Shai. For we have, for here we have no continuing city, but we seek one to come, man. And this is the reason why that departure mindset, right, that the men of the Lord is gonna have, man. Okay, this place is for the birds, man. Okay, and all who wanna stay here and be here, right, and establish themselves here, they're gonna be destroyed right along with this place, man. All right, because this is Esau Edom's world, man. This is a self-proclaimed white man's world, man. Okay, this is his kingdom. All right, okay, and this is the reason why, right, at the time they're at right now, okay, to the height of their rulership right there, the only thing for them left to do is to max out their credit cards, right, go on multiple vacation, enjoy the time of their life, man. All right, because this place is coming to a screeching halt, man. Okay, and Yahweh Shai is going to destroy this place from off of the face of the planet Earth. So this is from Reuters.com, right? I'm going to read a few of this article. I'm going to post it up in the description box. It says, Spirit Airline prepares to cease operations overnight. So it says, bankrupt discount carrier Spirit Airline is preparing to cease operation around 3 a.m. on Saturday. Two people close to the discussion who declined to be named as the information is private told Reuters late on Friday. One of the people said that Spirit board meeting ended without an agreement to rescue the company. Jumpstart your morning with the latest Slacky, right? Okay, so there you have it, right? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So again, okay, Spirit Airline, they this is it, man. Okay, these companies, they don't have the proper funds to, because remember these planes, man, they take a great amount of substantial money to, fuel them, right, to maintain them, right, and to just even keep the airline company afloat, man. Okay, because remember they're taking the money from the infrastructure of this place here to fund the war, man. Okay, because the war over there, on the east, right, is still going on, man. Okay, Nero 47, they're still at it, man. Okay, and they're not gonna let up, man, which is gonna, lead to World War III, right? But ultimately to the spirit and power Yahweh Shimel Shai, right, from the head elder apostles, elder bishops on down, knowing that the MOTB, the implementation of the MOTB has to come first before World War III, man. Okay, but jumping back to the topic, this place is on its way out, man. Matter of fact, let's grab that scripture. What's that? 2 Ezra 16. Let's get that. 2 Ezra 16. I'll start at 18, and it reads, "The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?" Okay, this is Ezra, right, from a prophet from the tribe of Levi, right? Okay, he's asking, what shall he do when these evils come upon the earth, man? Well, again, we gotta watch and pray and hope that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai deliver us, okay, from a part of these evils, these perils that's about to come upon the face of the planet Earth. Verse 19, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges." Right? Because these people are too indulged in the cares and affairs of this life. Remember when we read the book of Matthew, it talks about they were eating and drinking and giving into marriage, right? Going into the simple fact that, you got these people, they're still in that mirth spirit, okay? We're not to be in that mirth spirit, man. We have to be in a house of mourning, man. We have to be in a lower state, man. Fasting, praying, right? Making supplication to Yahweh Bashim Shai, okay? Bathing in that oil, right? Still strengthening our relationship with Yahweh Bashim Shai, because again, okay, by bathing in that oil, we're preparing ourselves to meet the King, man. Okay, and we got to make sure our garments are always white, All right, so let's get that in Ecclesiastes and bring out one more, and then I'm gonna close it. This is the book of Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now the Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? Because you could still have people going around, going to restaurants, buying their fast food. You know what I'm saying? Doing, going to clubs, going to games, just enjoying, having a good old time, right? Some people partying like it's 1999, but again, okay, they're not investing their time in remembering the Creator, right? They're not investing in that time in soaking themselves in that oil, building up a proper relationship with Yahweh Bashim Shai, for when the days do come, okay, when they shall say, I have no pleasure in them, that that the Lord is going to be with them, all right, and protect them, and not only them, but their families too as well, right? Verse 2, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, right? These jobs are being taken away at an all-time high, man. Okay, you just had Amazon, right? A couple other companies, right? Laying off a lot of people, man. Okay, substantial amount of people, man. Okay, and the news is not covering these things, man. Okay, you will have certain media outlets covering these type of topics, but these things should be concerning, man. They should be mainstream news, man. But again, okay, these things are happening, man. Okay, at alarming rate. Okay, via the digital technocracy that they're trying to establish, right? It says, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, right, because when you look out the window, it's supposed to have a sense of hope. But because of the windows are darkened, there's no hope, man. Okay, there's no hope. There's no future for this place, Babylon the Great, aka America, man. Okay, this place is on its way out. Okay, just stick a fork in this place, man. It's through. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Okay, so we're seeing that right now in 4K, man. 4K effect, man. Okay, the Lord is giving us these things to see, right? So we can get a direct effect of what the Lord is actually saying via these scriptures, man. All right. So let me leave y'all with this scripture here real quick. Let me get that what's that? Isaiah. All right, let's get this. Isaiah 36:6. It says, Lo, thou hast trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust in him. Okay, so again, man, okay, we're seeing this place is crumbling from the foundation. Okay, the Lord is stripping this place from the inside out. Okay, so again, we gotta also watch and pray, man, because when these Edomites don't get what they want, or when things are being stripped from them, they change, man. They change into a different people, man. Okay, they start to get feral, right? They start to get upset. Okay, and we gotta pray to Yahweh Bashim Shai that he keep us out the way, and he keep us and he hid us. Okay, he hide us in his wings. Okay, because again, man, the times are coming where it is going to be an uprising, man. Okay, it is going to be an uprising, and it's going to be uprising, sedition amongst men, and civil unrest, man, and civil war. Okay, so again, all hell is breaking loose. Okay, the men of the Lord out there warned you first, right? Take heed. If not, then perish. Like the scriptures say, all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. So with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Rakakodash. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.